Hey! This is the Bad Guy Has Spoken podcast. And to my far left, we got my mama. Then we got Sledge. We got your host, of course, Kenny. And we got my dad in the back. And this is...
I'm getting old, okay?
Did they do it?
Did who do it?
Chris Benoit.
I mean, we don't even have to know it. The shit was on TV. The shit was on TV. Did he do it? He killed himself after it.
Yeah.
Yes, the fuck he did do it. You know why he did it? CTE.
Yeah, I was
Did they say he was on drugs or something?
Nah, they say he did steroids though. But everybody did steroids. It's the 80s.
Yeah,
It's like-
I think he was taking medication though. I think he was taking
the
like,
pain
the
pills.
pain pills.
Right. Yeah, wasn't that mixed with something else, like some type of depression or something
it
going
could,
on
yeah.
mentally?
So what happened was Eddie died. His best friend died.
Okay.
He did die first. Yeah, he did die first.
He died first. Remember, he started taking all them pain pills and all that stuff to adjust.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you doing WWE since you were 19, 20 years old.
And then you do a number of diving headbutts.
Diving
That's your
headbutts.
finishing move. You're diving and your head's landing on him every time.
Chair shots. That stuff takes a
And that
toll
was-
on your body.
The chair shots back then were different too. It wasn't like
It wasn't
now.
PG chair shots.
Yeah.
I wasn't putting my hand up. I'm taking that.
Yeah, or you
motherfucker.
taking the back. Back then, you had to just
I'm taking that
take your
motherfucker.
head right here.
Yeah.
You get hit right there every time.
I'm taking that shit.
Yeah.
And Chris, all right, we'll be right back to these messages.
Right, the battery died?
They told me to take it, and we're back. Okay, so I forgot what we were
Chris
saying.
Benoit.
No. I'm gonna say where we left off.
Oh, CTE.
Yeah, CT. Yep.
Which stands for?
It's the C part. I don't know. That's literally the part. I'm like,
Hey, you see me?
Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. So
Nah,
what's
hell
that? Hold
no.
up.
It's
Nah,
chronic.
Hold on.
Watch it be like.
Because it's a
Cerebral
degeneration because of continuous injuries to the
probably a
skull.
chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
I see. I was right. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Yeah, I remember the C. That's all I remember. The C.
So you-
A progressive
He had all that shit.
degenerative
Right.
disease. of the
He had
brain.
all that.
Right.
Every word in that.
He had every acronym. C, T, and the E.
For the viewers, it's a progressive degenerative disease of the brain found in people with a history of repetitive brain trauma, often athletes, including symptomatic concussions as well as asymptomatic subconcussive hits to the head that do not cause symptoms.
See,
Meaning you got knocked out a lot.
No, but with him, like I said, he was doing them diving headbutts all the time. But I feel like there's a theory, it's not confirmed, but there's a theory that was also a mob hit. That was the other theory for that one.
They took out the whole family.
Took him out, and it made it look like his was a suicide. That's what I heard. I'm not saying that
Motherfucker hung
you're in the clear. I'm
He
just
fucking
saying.
hung himself on his weight little strap thing. You did the shit. Let me tell you why you did the shit. Because you was already fucked up. Everybody was always saying, like, Chris had... Only person that didn't really think that Chris was not fucked up was Chris Jericho. But, I mean...
I know a lot of wrestlers are kind of aggressive. A lot of athletes can be aggressive. But when he went real...
He was aggressive in the ring, but they did say he was
But
a
they-
nice guy outside the ring, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he had something going with his family. Like he might have been abusive.
No,
in the
that's the
past.
thing.
No, that was Jimmy Snooker that you talking about.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy
Oh,
Snooker.
okay.
Hey, be careful what you say about the snook now.
He'd kill her.
He messed up.
That's my dude.
Two
He
times
might
in.
do too, but he messed up.
That's my
He's
favorite
slipping.
wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
But now...
They reopened his case too.
Yep, they did. But no, I think Chris Brown.
Run it.
Nah, I think Chris
Come on,
Benoit.
please, Daddy, no. Please don't beat me no more.
I think Chris Benoit. When you put the CTE in there and you put the Eddie Guerrero and then you put the pain that you're going through, because a lot of people said that CTE makes you kill yourself.
Right, but why kill your family too? I mean, if you're already in pain and you're suffering, you can take yourself out of the equation. Why are you gonna take the wife and the child too?
I don't know about the child, but I do know that they was going through him and his wife were going through
Oh,
something.
maybe. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I thought they had something, maybe she probably said she was gonna leave. What?
I had a question. I'm gonna wait till you finish.
Okay, go ahead.
He mentioned about you having CTE and being homicidal. I don't recall any cases in the NFL where anybody killed anyone other than themselves. Are there recorded
No, that's what I'm
cases?
saying. They're trying to say
I'm
that
asking,
They
are
were
there
saying
recorded cases?
Aaron Hernandez. They were trying to blame that.
That nigga was a thug.
They were trying to say that because he was the one that had the highest level they'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So they were trying to make a direct correlation between.
Because I was thinking of Dave Duerson and the rest of them. They killed themselves.
Yeah, they killed themselves, and that's why I think it's CTE because
They can't take it no more.
he couldn't take it no more. But it always talked about how he couldn't function. After Eddie's death, he just couldn't function.
Did you see concussion?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, but, it was but you see why the NFL had so many problems with that. They told the truth.
Yeah, you remember? I think in Vince McMahon, he's like just being Vince McMahon. I don't think he took it serious because you remember they was like, "We miss you, Chris Benoit. We'll love you forever." And then the next week they was like, "We made a mistake."
Yeah, they act like he never existed after a while.
We made a mistake.
Are you
Because they didn't think.
Yeah,
they just thought it was a suicide.
If you watch like WWE Network or anything like that, any match he's in, they act like it never happened. They cut certain things, like when they go back in time, and they be like, "Yeah, he won the world title." They ain't gonna say he won the world title against Chris Benoit. They do stuff like that.
So they just erase him from history.
Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels is going down as one of the greatest matches they ever do. Yeah. And it's like we can't even go back and watch it.
Put it on the TV.
You gotta find on YouTube.
I understand that. You know, he committed a horrific act if he did
if he did it.
But it gives them an opportunity to shine awareness on what's going on. If it is a traumatic brain injury, if it's some type of mental illness, if it's some type of depression or whatever, you can bring awareness to that and help other people so it does not happen again.
Yeah.
Go to erase this man's legacy that he never existed.
He wasn't that good.
The organization doesn't want to admit that they caused it. That's the problem. That's with the NFL. They didn't want to say we're doing things wrong. We got to change the way we're doing it.
Whether the organization takes ownership for their part in it, still bring awareness to this is what this man went through, this is what happened, and what can we do to prevent
But that's
this?
how
But that's what I'm saying the NFL did. They're like, we don't want to take the blame for that.
No, that's how WWE is, though.
We don't want to change the rules.
Even when, remember China, Joni Laura, I forgot that name. Yeah. When she was on drugs real bad and she went to porn, they acted like she never existed either. And then when she died, they was like, "Oh, she's such a phenomenal wrestler," and blah blah blah. I was like, "No, but she gone. Now she gone. You want to do that to her, but when she was alive and well,
and you know what I'm saying?
She needed help too. Yeah, and
she was doing reality shows and stuff too. I remember watching her.
She was on Surreal Life.
She was on Surreal Life.
Yeah, I was watching.
What makes me mad is how they said, well, Chris Benoit killed his family and then he killed himself. Yeah. He's a coward. Okay, I see that. But what pisses me off is you cannot sit here and say, well, we're not going to go to this man's funeral because of this shit. Well,
that money he made then.
All the money that he made, and let's be honest, half of the reason why he committed those murders and killed himself is because y'all acted the fake love that y'all gave him anyway. Yeah. He didn't feel it. So now you're proving his point. Why he did what he did.
Kicking money down.
You got 2 kids. You don't get to see your first son a lot because you're going over 365 a day, and that's your first marriage. And then your second kid, you love him enough, but you don't even know if you're going to even be able to see this kid graduate because you're putting your body on the line for 365 days out the year, and you barely see this kid.
Wasn't one of the kids a wrestler too?
He looks just like his dad.
Yeah, I'm about to say
You'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, he looked just like him.
That's the oldest one that he never get to see. And he was talking about how him and his brother, and he was just like, I'm not mad at my dad no more. So if your son's not mad at your dad no more, why are we still mad at him?
Yeah, exactly.
And
I feel like it's messed up. I mean, I understand like every sport I feel like has, I don't want to say the dark, like what's the word?
Dark side.
Not even the dark side. I mean, like you got that one person. It's like, oh man, we can't talk
black
about
sheep of the family.
Yeah, black sheep. That's the word I was looking for, black sheep. But it's like you still can't mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if they brought this legacy towards your brand, you can't deny that. At the end of the day, I feel like you can't. Act like it didn't happen. Act like it didn't happen. I feel like every sport has that. And so I feel like you got to just give them their flowers. Still, as much like people try to shun R. Kelly, and people try to shun. You know, at one point they was trying to do it to Michael Jackson. They even Chris Benoit, they try to take away his finishing move. Like nobody could ever do that move anymore for the longest. And they started slowly bringing it back. Yeah. The crossface.
Because they wanted to disassociate themselves from anything that's associated with him.
That's what I'm saying, and that's wild.
Like I said, I feel like they need to bring awareness to it. You know, it might be a taboo subject, it might be sensitive. You know, because people did lose their family members. But in an effort to grow, move, evolve, and learn from it, you got to shine a light on it.
Yeah, I ain't saying throw him in the motherfucking Hall of Fame. But I ain't gonna say
he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, in my opinion, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That nigga was cold.
But like you saying, though, like for instance, like y'all sat here and we shoon him, we take him out, but we keep Jimmy Snook in like nothing fucking happened.
That's wild.
That's wild to me.
He got 2 bodies.
He got 2 of them. Then they reopened this case, so that means they know he did that shit. We just couldn't prove it.
Well, they reopened the case because years ago, the timeline, he had an alibi. Now, you fast forward 18, 20 years later, he wrote a book. Now, the book had a different set of circumstances.
Why do y'all have to make a book? Stop making books.
If I did it.
He was like, oh, I was at this place at this time. Like, wait a minute. Now, in your statements,
You got away with it. What you writing? Like stuff like that is like, why?
People forget. When you lie, you got to keep that lie.
I'm keeping that motherfucker.
You have to remember a lie. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying like,
or if you did something, you got to be consistent in your story.
I was in Texas that day. It's like, okay, I'm saying it's like, oh no, you was in Missouri. Oh,
I was out of town.
Yeah, I was out of town.
Oh, okay. That's
I'm old. Dementia.
Right.
Yeah, I remember putting my feet on that.
I ain't put my foot on it.
Riding my feet on it.
Oh, I didn't even put my. I think he did it. I don't think that was a mob hit. I think your CTE took over and your anger took over and you're hurt.
He might not even had no CTE back then. I think he might have been a jealous rage or something. Or just controlling rage.
And you was like doing Bible scriptures and shit. You know, you putting Bible scriptures and you're crying to the God, asking God why. I mean, when your boy dies, and he dies of a heart attack. And
so it was confirmed it was a heart attack?
Yeah, they said it was like a heart attack.
But
you just seen him 4 or 5 hours before he died.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's hard.
You're waiting. You're outside waiting on him to come to the car. And he never shows up.
That's the scary thing. It is a video. Eddie, you see the video of Eddie Guerrero when he had his. I don't know if this is his first heart attack, but he had a heart attack before that time. Yeah. That one was weird to watch. He was wrestling. Yeah, he was wrestling JBL.
Cocaine.
He said cocaine. No, but he's wrestling JBL, and then like he was just sitting there, and all of a sudden he was just like this, and you seen him topple over. Like you see his face, he didn't blink or nothing. He's just looking like this. He's just sitting there.
You mix those.
Yeah, and he was just sitting there looking at the camera, and everybody was just frozen. They didn't know what to do. JBL pinned him real quick, like, all right, come on, like,
hurry up, motherfucker.
Yeah, they couldn't get him on a stretcher. Yeah, I'm gonna say, I know it's supposed to not like him for the storyline, but come on, y'all, like,
I'm not gonna pin him.
No, but the thing, I mean, that was the only thing. That was the only thing he could do. But they was just looking at it, like the ref was looking like this. Everybody's looking confused, and they just looking like.
Yeah, like that's not part of what's supposed to happen next.
Yeah, but pinning him may cause a further damage. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, but it did something though. They did.
Bro, WWE don't give a damn. Owen Hart fell.
That is true.
And they kept rolling.
Yeah, that man fell terribly.
And they
broke
kept
his neck and everything. He landed neck first. Like, you know, remember Shawn Michaels come out on the little scaffold thing?
Yeah.
Owen Hart tried to do it, and he coming out doing this thing, and the thing snapped, and he landed neck first, or head or neck first onto the turnbuckle.
He's either paralyzed or dead.
I can't remember if it's the turnbuckle or the barricade. No, he died.
I know he died.
Instantly.
But when you see, you know, okay, this dude is gonna be paralyzed.
Oh no, because you know how far up that is. It wasn't like he wasn't making that. So like when he landed, it was like he's done. So they just was like, oh man, you know, this is sad. And it was like, all right, next match, Stone Cold. Because it was just like
they did. I was like, so we're not going to sit here and have a tribute.
Yeah,
right. We're not going to end this early. Yeah.
But you know, like they had people crying, and like they had people when he died. They had people crying.
Owen Hart was cold.
Chris was not even that. When Chris, remember they was all having sitting down there, and then they had Chris. And they talked about how good Chris was and stuff like that. And then the next one, they haven't showed it ever since.
I mean, to me, the thing about it is that speaks volumes about the organization and how they respond.
This man is trash, man.
You got these motherfuckers working during Corona.
Yeah, he had them working. They been working, and somebody they ain't caught Corona during it.
A lot of people got Corona, but I think
they travel with packs. They travel with packs of like 60 people. You know, you got the producers, you got all kind of different stuff. They still in there trying to promote, trying to these events and stuff. This is wild.
I think Chris Benoit. I think Chris Benoit, when you kill somebody and then you kill yourself, that tells me you did.
There's some kind of guilt. That's the thing. Like I said, I just heard about the mob hit story, so I was like, I heard about this too. So if it was that, then it's like, dang, that's messed up. But if it was him, then it's like there's some kind of guilt to it. And you're like, you know what? I killed my family. I got to take myself out.
Or it could be some selfishness. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you about to leave me? We all about to leave out of here.
True. It could have been.
It could be something like that. Because you know, if everything, your world is crumbling. Your friend died. You know, if your career is going some type with your body, he was going through a lot of stuff with his body too at the time. So it might just be like, okay, game over. That's it.
Damn, never thought like that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He definitely did that shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because people it's just when your world starts crumbling and you don't see a way out of it. Yeah. Especially if you know
everybody got to go.
Your child, we all about to go. You know what I mean? So that's terrible.
That's sad for real. But like I said, he was one of the goats. Well, not the goat, but he was one of the greats.
He's one of the greatest.
He was one of the greats. And we're gonna end it right there. Keep it. Dude was coming.
He got issues.
It's been a while since I thought about Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah, I got